that public speaking doesn't require any talent. Yes, you heard me correct. I repeat, public speaking doesn't require any talent. Now, let's define the fact in the very beginning why public speaking. And you realize that every single penny you will make in your life will be defined by the level of communication you carry inside you. And obviously, the external communication would also make a difference. But the biggest difference happens, through your internal communication. And that is the reason, what I did speak about mindset in the beginning, something, I elaborate and go very deep into. But you have to understand that it is your own limitations, created by the wrong kind of programming and conditioning and mentoring, which is restricting your journey right now. So you have to do something about the limitation, break it, work with a great teacher, whoever, you resonate with, to help you to break those limitations. And that's where, magic will start happening for you. So coming back to public speaking, why it is important. Public speaking gives you leverage in your life. What is leverage? Leverage is doing minimum efforts. Effort is still required. It's not that, you will sleep and make money, which you will eventually, by doing something called smart way of marketing stuff. But it's not like you can sleep forever and not ever, you can just sleep and do nothing. It's minimum efforts, but it'll give you maximum results. That's what leverage is, okay? Public speaking, is one of the most amazing skills you can acquire, which will give you massive leverage in your life. It's called one-to-many arrangement. One-to-one arrangement is something everybody learns because of the mentoring they go through, because of their parents, school teacher, friends. We learn from society. It's okay to go into a job. And there's nothing wrong with it. Doing a job is a great thing. The only problem is that if you stay stuck in a job for the entire life, your chances of retiring is very less. They say 95% of the world population, they never retire because they are into jobs. People who are smart, they learn skills like public speaking, which is a high income generating skill, and they leverage their time where they make more money. You can multiply yourself if you know the art of public speaking. If you are addressing 100 people for 1 hour, it's not that you're doing a job or work of 1 hour. You're doing 100 hours of work in just 1 hour. So it gives you immense leverage. And I've already mentioned this, that public speaking is a high income generating skill. There are a few other skills which, comes in that category, but public speaking hits the chart at the top when it comes to high income generation. You will be surprised to know Warren Buffett. I'm sure you know Warren Buffett, he's a great investor. He couldn't speak in public. He was so scared that he would vomit, he would go unconscious in 1950s. What did he do? He take help. He took help at that time. He signed up for a Dale Carnegie training that time in 1952 for $100, which is equivalent to $3,000 right now, and learned the skill of doing public speaking. Like maybe, like I learned, and quite a top trainers in the world. Even Tony Robbins, learned it from Jim Brown. Everybody has a great mentor, for them to become an amazing teacher, which they look like. So coming back, if you're listening, I believe you realize the power of learning the skill, because by learning the skill, you can leverage, you can multiply your time, and you can generate high income. We've already spoken about this. If you just came in here right now, or maybe you missed this point, let me remind you that public speaking doesn't require any talent. Yes, you heard me correct. I repeat, public speaking doesn't require any talent. The talent you require, you already carry it. You have a voice. You speak to your friends, family members, relatives, whatever that is. So you already have the talent, All you got to do is learn the skill, which is transferable, duplicatable, repeatable, and sustainable. Once you learn it, it'll give you dividends for your entire life. So coming back, if you have, any fear of public speaking, that's something, which I work with students. I have helped, thousands of students to get rid of their fear of public speaking. I had people, believing in the beginning of the journey that, it is only a few special ones can do it, like you, Amandeep. I don't think I can ever speak in public. Like Rachna Joshi, one of our clients. Then we worked with her. Obviously, she took a bit longer compared to other people. She took good, solid 10, 11 months. And then when she kept coming back and learning, she was able to overcome that fear, which you can do too as well, okay? It's a skill which can be learned by anybody. So in my research of doing, more than 900 plus workshops in the last 12 years of my speaking career, and sharing the stage with some big names like Tony Robbins, Les Brown, and speaking for companies like Success Resources, I had some discoveries. And the discoveries I had, I put that into a very simple 3P formula. I call it my 3P formula. If you apply this 3P formula, you will have no fear of speaking in public. So what are these, 3 Ps? Can you explain it to Amandeep? Yes, we're going to give it to you today. So everybody get ready if you are listening. And can you put something in the chat like saying excited? Yeah, can you put excited in the chat right now to get access to the 3P? Something, which obviously I talk about and teach, at a much depth in terms of experiential learning. We have some games around it. We have that limitation right now, but we will give you, when it comes to the learning of that 3P and what is the crux or gist of that 3P is. Excellent. Thank you for getting involved. This is something, this is something my way of teaching. I love to interact with people. The first P, and this is, where I ask my students, when they come and learn from me for the first time. Thank you, by the way, for your messages. I'm receiving it. Thank you for getting involved. So yeah, give us a round of applause, for being so amazing. Thank you. I tell my students that for you to be a great communicator from stage, you have to do a great performance, my friend. And most people go like, yes, that's correct, Amandeep. Absolutely wrong. Absolutely wrong. I know the notion in your brain is that if I go up on stage, it's about performance. And why is something, we think about performance? Because maybe, you say, okay, a comedian goes up on stage, it is performance. A rock star goes up on stage, it is performance. A singer goes up on stage to sing, is performance. Or actor or actress goes up on stage to perform. Yeah, I get it, it's performance. But when it comes to public speaking, which is all about empowering, inspiring, teaching, has nothing to do with performance. I didn't come here, with an idea to perform, in front of you. I just came here to have a conversation. I won't disagree with the fact that 10, 15%, depending on the topic, depending on what you are teaching in terms of how you're teaching it, it can be related to performance. I get it. I won't disagree with that fact. But I can tell you from my world and from the world of some top trainers, I had the blessing, to be with them in the green room and have a candid conversation for a couple of minutes, here and there, whenever they had a little opportunity. I'm one of those curious soul, would always approach, people and say, what do you think? When public speakers are on stage, what is that they channelize, or what is that they think or believe or, go through when they are about to go up on stage. And all the top communicators in the world, there's something they said, obviously, in their own style, and it felt very common theme, is that they never think about performance. They come from a place to have something called prepared. I repeat, prepared. And I repeat, prepared. Structured, value-adding conversation. Conversation is something you always do, I don't know, maybe speak to your parents, brothers, sister, friends, relatives on a regular basis. It's when you go up on stage, for every human being, you put a lot of pressure on yourself. Why? Because you think, oh God, I have to perform. And there is a lot of, challenges to that thought. It actually makes your case worse rather than supporting you. Because when you think about performance, you make it you make it all about yourself. And when you make it all about yourself, you cannot focus on the people in front of you. They came there to be inspired by you, to learn from you, and to use something, which is you're going to give them a valuable thing. But if you think all about yourself, oh God, your ego kicks in. And when you are on an ego drive, you cannot serve people. So public speaking, if you're listening, my friend, it's all about serving people. Like, Nitin's team has been serving you for good solid 30 days now. So I hope you're listening right now and you're paying attention right now, that public speaking, when you make it a lot about just performing, it's a lot of, focus on yourself. So shift that focus, take it out of you and put it for the people in front of you.